Hi guys, how's everybody? It was nice seeing you today. I just wish that it was a little nicer call than we had today. We've had some nice ones in the past, but today just was a little crazy. Anyway, I'm going to schedule some Zoom meetings, pretty much one-on-one, just to see how you are doing and get things going and make sure that we're on the right track. I did send another email out about what is required on the historical fiction essay, and hopefully there's no more questions. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to call me. All right, we're going to start chapter 19. I'm going to start out by saying this, reading this. Remember that Etienne's grandmother hated all white men because of the daughter being killed because they wanted her scalp. And then when the son went out in retaliation, he got killed as well. So she didn't have a whole lot of respect. But here's what happens in chapter 19. Etienne goes and says, "Grandmother, say you come to village today." Etienne announced 2 days later. "That's kind of her," Matt answered, "but my hand is just about healed. It doesn't need any more medicine." "Not for medicine." Matt waited uncertainly. "My grandmother, very surprised, white boy go long way for Indian dog," Etienne explained. "She say you welcome." So even though she didn't like them, she gave him a chance and he proved himself. She was very pleased with him. So off to the village they go. When they get to the village, Grandma has serves him fish stew. And Etienne answers all of his questions until and then he takes him out for a tour of the village. And Matt is really watching very carefully to the Indian squaws working, and Etienne answers all of his questions until he is completely bored to tears. Then he takes Matt over to play some games with the other boys. Matt joins in a gambling game, and soon he realizes that he's going to have to give something up when he loses, but he has no idea what. But it turns out that he has to give his shirt, his only shirt that he has. But that's how it goes sometimes. Then Etienne starts the boys in a game of lacrosse. Matt knows that they are testing him to see what he is made of, so he totally gets into the game. Then they wrestle in the river. Before they leave, the grandmother has Etienne go and get Matt's shirt back for him, and she gives Matt a cake of nuts and berries. In the canoe, that good-for-nothing dog that didn't like Matt, all of a sudden he hops close to Matt and at Matt's knees, and he lets Matt touch him. Then he lets Matt scratch his ears. So Etienne says, the reason why is because the dog remembers that Matt tried to save his life. So now they're friends. Etienne leaves Matt at the bank of the river because he now realizes that Matt is able to get home on his own and he doesn't need to be there with him every step of the way. He's not disgraced Etienne. And since for the first time that his father had left, he did not feel alone in the forest. So that takes us to chapter 20, which we're going to do tomorrow. But I just want to review a couple questions real quickly here, reviewing the historical fiction. Remember, there were 3 types of conflicts: a conflict between 2 characters, a conflict between a character and a difficult situation, a conflict within a character within himself. I want you to remember those things. I want you to remember what the beginning, the middle, and the end of the story is all supposed to be about. The climax, the conflict, historical fiction, plot, resolution, setting. We've gone over all those things. I will review them again one day next week. However, I want you to study your notes, because we will have a test on historical fiction when we turn in our final project. Thank you and have a great night.